Hello, welcome back to Podcast vs. Player episode 70. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who was in the comic book store when somebody called him a nerd. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough mana to cast a mortal spell on him. It's only bloody Dan.
Hello.
Hello.
You alright?
Wow, jinx.
Touch penises.
Is that like our new high five?
Kind of, yeah. It's the 21st century. It's the high five of the 21st century.
Get in on it.
Yeah, it's like a chest bump, but it's a willy bump. Don't name it after me.
Anyway, want some news?
Yeah, go on then.
Frisky devil. All Xbox One users can now stream games to Windows 10 devices. With the launch of Microsoft's new operating system less than 2 weeks away, all Xbox One users who are using an early version of the OS can now stream their games to a Windows 10 device. This functionality was unveiled earlier this year and allows for any Xbox One game to be streamed over a local network to a Windows 10 PC or tablet / Windows Surface. It was enabled for Xbox One Preview Program members in June, but it's now available to everybody with Windows 10 installed. If you haven't got Windows 10 yet, on July 29th it will all start rolling out to all the people in the world, as long as you're registered.
As long as I was going to say, yeah. As long as you've already put your name in for the thing. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was last month and I got really angry. Oh well. But yeah, that's quite cool though, because there's no reason for it. What I want is the opposite. I want to be able to stream my PC games to my Xbox One.
Which is never going to happen.
But it might happen, maybe.
No.
At a later date. But I imagine it, not Steam games. It'll be like games that you can buy on the Windows Store.
Which no one uses if they've got a PC.
I don't even know if it still works.
Don't know, don't want to know.
It would be cool though if they partner with Steam. But it won't happen.
It would.
Steam boxes.
But that they should have done that for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And
won't happen.
Unfortunately not.
Never gonna happen. Anyway, that was boring. Shenmue 3 Kickstarter has ended at 6.3 million.
Jesus Christ.
The Kickstarter for Shenmue 3 has just wrapped up, and after the month-long campaign, developer Weissnet has raised $6,333,295 from only 69,220 backers.
Bloody hell.
That's a lot of money.
Who the fuck's been given a few grand on this?
Fuck knows. But the figure has more than tripled the 2 million goal that Weissnet set out to reach. So,
well, you'd hopefully assume then that whoever has backed this will immediately get a free copy of it, as these will be the ones who are the most interested in seeing it. But for, if you average out as to how much that is across each backer, then they better get more than just a copy of the game.
I imagine they'll have some kind of in-game
credit or something.
Yeah, providing you have some people have done stuff like whether it's a comic or a film or games or whatever. If you put so much, you get a character in the whatever the project is.
I guess, but 6,000 people to get in as NPCs.
No, but this is like, say it was
for the high end people.
Yeah, $15, $30, $50, all the way up to like 4,000, whatever. If you did like the 4,000, you get everything. Everyone else gets plus something else, but they only have so many of those.
Well, it's like the Saints Row Millionaire Pack thing. Remember that? Like where you buy the game for $1 million or £1 million.
Yeah.
But you get like a car and a trip to space and plastic surgery, blah 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 blah, and you get to be in the game as well. That's the minimum I'd want.
Yeah, for a fucking million. I'd
want
the company.
Yeah, well, I'd want to go down there and record my own lines.
Well, to be fair, for the Dick Figures movie, if you back so much, you got a character in the film, and they flew you down to like wherever it was in America to like meet the rest of the cast, the people.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want that.
Record all your lines and that.
Yeah, I'd want to meet, like, say if you invested in something like the Arkham games or something like that.
Yeah.
I would want to go and meet Kevin Conroy. I'd want to go and meet Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I'd want to record my lines, or my one line for Bad Guy Number 2, where your line is just when you're getting smacked in the face. Yeah. Something like that. That'd be that's what I'd want for my money. Yeah, for sure.
But Shenmue 3's Kickstarter which was revealed during Sony's E3 press conference. It's reached its goal. It's going to happen, but we still don't have a release date yet.
No. Do you think, however, this is something I was thinking about the other day. I mean, obviously, Greenlight and Kickstarter and all that sort of thing, they are. I think it's a good platform, when people are trying to raise money for causes that they just can't back themselves, or that maybe wouldn't require such a high amount of money that sort of business investors would. You're on about sort of £100,000 or something like that to invest in a product or whatever. Whereas with Kickstarter, you can say, well, I can get a prototype together if people who are interested in buying it or seeing it pay for it themselves.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, obviously this is a concept that's been around for a while, but do you think, as this is a professional games developer that have come forward and said, well, if you want the game, you pay for it, do you think that this is going to start a trend for other games that maybe won't get the sort of the remaster treatment that a lot of them are at the moment? But sort of like old fan favourites, or someone kickstarts Half-Life 3, or sort of like old games that people may have forgotten about, but have got quite a big cult following, and they say, well, we're a games development company, we don't really want to take the risk on having someone invest in the game. So if the fans want to pay for it, then we'll do it, because then you already know that you've made back what you need.
People like Half-Life 3 is never going to make it onto a Kickstarter, at least by Valve themselves, and obviously if anyone else does it.
No, but something that people want that much. I mean,
I imagine with, say, I think it's Activision. I could be wrong, but I think Activision own the rights to Crash Bandicoot. I could see something like that being used on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And they go to Sony and say, we want to make a new Crash Bandicoot game. And Sony's like, we've been trying to make a Crash Bandicoot game for like the last fucking 6 years, but you won't sell us the rights back. And they say, well, alright, fuck it. We'll put it on Kickstarter. If people want it so badly, we'll make it.
Yeah, because I mean, what have you lost?
Yeah,
because you say, well,
time.
Yeah, we'll give you. Well, no, not even that. It's just the time to put up the advert, because then it's just like, if you want to see the game, we'll keep this open for a month. If we can reach $2 million by that point, then obviously a lot of people are interested, and we've already got the money there. So yeah, fuck it, we'll do it.
Well,
so I mean, that's the thing though. They haven't got anything to lose by doing it, which means that you can test the water to say who would kickstart, a new Conker game, who would kickstart a new G Police game, something like that. And you can test the water for, clearly the remastering that we're doing at the moment is a good thing, because a lot of people are interested in old games getting redone and re-released on the current generation.
Well, who makes Just Cause? Square Enix.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And it's not really the same at all, but it could be used in a similar way. For the Just Cause collector's edition, they basically said, what do you want with it? And they gave you like a list of stuff. And the majority people voted for a grappling hook. Obviously,
of course, yeah.
A replica doesn't work. But if game developers do stuff like that, like say 2 or 3 times a year, they put up a list of games and they go, "What do you want us to make next?" And then everyone votes for whatever, and then they make that game instead of wasting time and resource on a game that nobody gives a shit about.
Well, that would be good, but then you're hoping that the community actually comes together and doesn't just troll, so it's just all Barbie adventures for the next 5 years, because the new Gears of War and the new Uncharted, because they don't like it, everyone's voting for something else.
I suppose there'd have to be hindrances on it.
Well, if there's new Call of Duty, new Battlefield, and then a brand new type of game, you just go, well, I don't like Call of Duty, I do like Battlefield, and I've never heard of this game, so I'm going to vote for Battlefield. That doesn't necessarily mean that you want to see that one made. Obviously, they're all different companies.
No, you just don't vote then.
But that's it, people will.
Oh yeah, saying that.
They will. It's just like, well, I definitely don't want you to win, so to make sure that you don't win, I'm going to vote for somebody else.
If there is 2 games that are like kind of against each other, say for argument's sake, the same people made Battlefront and Battlefield and Call of Duty. All the people that prefer one or the other are going to vote for the one they like.
Yeah.
I know that makes no sense, but
No, I know what you mean, but I think that the sort of leaving it up to the fans. I think the only real thing that you should let them decide on are, if you want to spend £70 on a premium edition, what do you get with it? What do you want to get with it?
Yeah.
Like if they opened this up to the Call of Duty fans, say, because the majority of their kind of premium editions, out of pretty much every franchise, they're the one who consistently deliver kind of impressive things to go with it. So you get remote controlled drones, and there was night vision goggles, and there was a car with a camera on it as well. Stuff like that. It's just like,
it steadily decreases to maps and skins.
No, but that's it though. That's just sort of DLC. You wouldn't vote for DLC, otherwise everyone would just be like, well, fuck off. I don't want to pay for DLC.
Yeah.
But if you're going to buy the collector's edition with the special tin and the artwork and all that sort of stuff, what would you, if you were buying this, what would you like to get with this? What would you like to get with this most of all? So would you want, the robot arm from Metal Gear, or would you want to prefer a Otacon drone from Guns of the Patriots, or would you prefer to have Raiden's face on a bust thing? You're paying the money for it. Which would you prefer? And then collate the votes and say, we'll offer the Raiden head.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone can get.
Yeah, I'd rather see more of that.
I'd like to think that would be people getting involved. So to say, we're going to offer something out, but what do you want?
Plus, people are going to get excited for it because it's like, I hope the Raiden head wins.
Yeah.
But then again, if the one you don't win, if you don't want to win, wins, would you still buy it?
Well, it depends. I mean, you've got to make sure that whatever's offered is interesting to all. I mean, if it was between Big Boss's arm and the Otacon drone, obviously I'd want the arm.
Yeah.
But if the drone won, then yeah, I'd still. It wouldn't be a shit thing. What would you want? A robotic arm or a couple of pages of fan art? It's just like, well, on the arm, but the fan art wins. So you're just like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's still something. There's still, the same quality of, sort of design and production and interest.
People who are buying collector's edition for like the one for Metal Gear 5, the Arkham Knight special edition, we got a statue, and you had a choice between the Batman statue or the Batmobile statue. Regardless of what it is, if you're buying a collector's edition, it's because you are a big fan. So,
which means that whatever's offered is usually going to be of interest.
Yeah, you're going to be interested regardless. It might have your favourite character or one of your not so favourite characters, but it's something you can't buy on its own unless you pay
like
extortion prices on eBay or something.
Yeah, it's like going to a festival and there's 3 bands that you want to see, and one of them's headlining.
Yeah.
Is that going to diminish the fact that if it's not the band that you like most of all is headlining? No, because you still get to experience the ones that you maybe prefer a little bit less, but they're still good. You still get to experience it. So
whenever I go to a festival, I always look at the lineup, and if there's at least say between 3 to 5 bands that I want to see, I think I consider it worth it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just go and see the one band on their own. Yeah.
I don't think if as long as everything is still going to be relevant to the context of whatever the game is. So like the Fallout one, say if it was a Pip-Boy or a door vault thing that opened, or I don't know, a hat or a rifle or something like that, just something from the game, I don't think it's going to matter too much as to what it is, because people will still buy it. But giving people the option to choose as to what that is it's fan communication. It's sort of.
Speaking of Fallout, did you see? This isn't actually on the news thing, but I should have done it, but I haven't. About that guy who collected enough bottle caps in Fallout currency to purchase Fallout 4, and he shipped them to.
Yeah, I did actually see that. Yeah, I think they said this is quite a clever idea that this guy's had. So well done. Here's a copy of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Don't everybody start doing this now.
Yeah, it's a one-off. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I do like these kind of stories where someone's done something quite original and contacted a company and said, blah, 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 here's this thing. And they go, that's brilliant, we love it. And then they give them a little prize for it. Obviously, it's publicity for them.
Yeah, because they had to say, yeah, really, once it was published.
Well, they could have just got a big box of bottle caps and just said, "What the fuck's this idiot on about?" and thrown them in the bin.
Well, no, because there was a letter in it. It wasn't.
Oh, well, so he said
a box.
No. But I mean, they were obviously aware as to what was coming. But they could have just said, "Well, send a letter back, just saying it's a nice gesture, but we can't spend this."
Yeah. But no, they actually they tweeted a picture with all the bottle caps like spilled out on a table with like a little Pit Boy bobblehead.
Yeah.
In the middle of them, and it was just I can't remember what the tweet said, but then they said like when it's released, you'll have a copy. Well, as somebody pointed out on whatever website it was on,
he probably spent more on the actual bottles for the bottle caps than
the amount of money he's probably spent. If these are all bottles he's drunk
and bought himself,
then he's probably spent more money plus shipping costs for a box of bottle caps.
Quite heavy, yeah.
So he may as well have just pre-ordered.
He could have done, but there's something more personal about that.
Oh.
It would have been just like a big bottle cap collection from like a big night out, or just something he'd been collecting over the years or something.
Well,
and he just thought, "Fuck it, I'll send it all in. See how much they're worth on."
For Fallout 3, but he's been that drunk. He's only just woke up. He's like, "Oh, Fallout 4's coming out."
Yeah, he's been in a coma for like 3 years.
Drunken coma. Or he may have just like literally scoured the streets with bottle caps.
Or he works in a bottle factory.
Or he works in a bottle factory. Or he owns a 3D printer and he just printed them all.
Yeah, I think that would cost a lot more than a pre-order.
If he already had it. He already had the sheets to print.
Well, I don't think you can print metal, can you?
I imagine some 3D printers can. That's how they build cars and stuff.
Yeah, but anyone who's got access to an industrial 3D printing machine that can print varying designs of metal, yeah, you've probably got enough money and time to just buy the game.
Yeah, but it's not as personal, is it?
No, but I think he's just he's either come across a big collection of them, or he's just collected them from like college or whatever, and he's just said this will be funny. They'll just like this.
Yeah, I've got to get these out of the house.
Yeah, they're going in the bin anyway, so fuck it. And he's just sent it in, and it's paid off for it. That's what I'd like to think has happened, rather than he's actually sat there with a calculator and then just been like, yes, well, if I collect 2,500 of these, that equates to roughly $14.4. So I need to, and then just worked it all out. Because then that's a serious gesture rather than
like a really stereotypical 60s gangster.
I was going for more than nerd, to be honest.
Oh, didn't come across as that.
All right. Well, either way, maybe he extorted all these bottle caps from people who had bottle cap collections.
Yeah, we don't know. This could be a really unfortunate story where some kid's crying because his bottle caps have been stolen.
Yeah, and this guy's just like, I can't believe that worked.
Excellent.
And everyone thinks I'm a genius as well. Brilliant.
Anyway, Shenmue 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's slated to release on both PC and PlayStation 4. Sony is helping to market and produce Shenmue 3, but won't be receiving any of the money raised through Kickstarter.
Well, what's all the extra money going to go on then? Making it better?
Well, I imagine, considering the original Shenmue 3 was like the most expensive game in the world.
It was like $75 million or something. $70 million. $70
million.
Yeah.
These have reached just shy of 7.
The thing is, though, have you actually played Shenmue?
Yeah.
I watched, because I'd never played it. I was aware of it, obviously, as I mentioned it in a previous podcast. But I'd never actually played it. And then I watched, I think it was just after the E3 announcement that they would kickstart it. The guys over at Funhouse did a video on it. And it looks awful. It looks terrible.
Yeah, it's not. To be fair, the stuff they play, because I've watched it as well, because I'm a big fan of Funhouse. They don't exactly show a lot of the best bits.
Well, what would be the best bit in a game like that, though? Well, go here, meet this guy. Go here, talk to this guy.
You have to remember, this was a long time ago. And at
Dreamcast
the time,
days.
Yeah, it was fucking ages ago. We've had like 3 generations since. And considering the last one lasted 10 years, 8 years even. But at the time, Shenmue was it was pretty revolutionary. It was the first game to use, it coined the term QuickTime event. It was very big. It was a big leap for games personally, and it paved the way for stuff like Heavy Rain and LA Noire, stuff like that. But it was originally, did you know it was originally meant to come out on the Dreamcast, on the Sega Saturn, as a Virtua Fighter RPG.
Really?
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter, Christ.
There you go. There's a bit of Sega trivia there for you, Dan.
That's not bad. Well, the fact is that regardless of how it would have been perceived and received at the time, I think even at the time I would have played it and got bored with it pretty quickly.
To be fair, I really enjoyed it. The second one was a lot better. But the good news is, mainly, Shenmue's got a massive fan base.
Yeah, which is why I brought it up.
Yeah. And it's that these people have waited longer than people have waited for like Half-Life 3 and like games of that kind of cult following for a basically closure to the series. It was always intended to be a trilogy, and it was never going to happen until now. So that's what I think is the best thing about this. And then obviously with the technology and stuff today, we're going to have a much better experience than if we went back and played Shenmue 1 and 2. Especially voice acting.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the voice acting that I saw, again, was not... I wasn't
blown
away.
It needs to be a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what you expect, though, is when, there's a really popular game in Japan, and then it gets ported to English and, like, sort of the West. The voice acting is awful. Always awful.
There's a lot of mostly lesser known JRPGs that the English dub is surprisingly really well done. There's also more, arguably, there's a lot more that are shit. But
yeah, I don't know if it's just got the same casting agency on speed dial.
Yeah,
and they're just like, we need 14 male actors and 16 female actors
You've got them all there now. Oh, we'll just do it over the phone. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like record. 16. Well, I've got one guy who can do 16 voices. Brilliant, we'll take him.
At the same time.
Yeah, you'll have to bear with us though. He's currently recording for 42 other JRPGs at the moment. He's doing all of them for the bathroom at the moment. So
I'll tell you what I really want them to keep is that they actually did show on the Funhouse video when he walks down the step, and it's like a really short fucking video.
Oh yeah, I thought I saw what that was. I thought when he was going into the house, he took his shoes off, and then he walked off, and then when he was leaving, he put his shoes back on. But then when I looked at his feet, I didn't see any difference. I was just like, is that just a step animation? If he's got to go down an escalator or something, I'll be waiting for an hour. Fucking hell. Do it when they get outside then. That's the best get out clause you've got. They're going outside, load screen.
Forklift.
Coming back in. Forklift.
Yeah, there's a docking port. I can't remember if it's on Shenmue 1 or 2. But yeah, you can go and get a job, and there's like a docking port where all the sailors are, and you can get a job as a forklift driver, and you actually move pallets about and stuff until your shift's over.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like playing games for the fact that it takes me away from doing jobs. I don't want to have to do a simulator where I'm working. Like, that's why I don't get all these sort of like... There are a billion simulator games. Yeah. Fucking...
Truck.
Well, that is just a driving game,
there was
really.
Actually a trailer, one of the most exciting trailers I've ever seen for Farming Simulator 2015. On PC, PS4, Xbox One. I think it had already been out on PC for a bit, and it's like, finally coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And it's like, it's just like showing you like tractors, and then it's just like,
yeah, but it's not like a joke thing.
No,
it's not like
serious.
Yeah, it's not like tractors jumping over barns and things. It's just like, well, no, it's if you wanted to run a farm, this is how you run a farm.
But it's got multiplayer online, and
which means that people will do everything but farm. That's the point of these games. I
actually like playing them.
It's like Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator is a perfect version of like a perfect parody of all these simulator games, because the point of them is, you're cleaning the streets, you're picking up cars, you're doing parking warden stuff and all these sort of things, but no one does that. You just drive around and try and break the game as quickly as you can to laugh at it, and then that's it, you never touch it again.
Well, I remember playing Euro Truck Simulator, and I'd been driving for about 5-10 minutes or so down like the M6, and I just happened to look, like change the camera angle, and I dropped my trailer like miles behind. So I've like U-turned. Bear in mind you can't U-turn on the M6, but I did. Gone back on myself and then found my fucking trailer. And it was just like horizontal across like the M6, and there's like cars for fucking miles. I was like, sorry. But stuff like that makes the game actually funny.
It does, but how long does that last? I mean, you can go and play GTA for 50 hours and it will still be funny, and you're not doing anything to do with the game at all. You're just driving off cliffs and parachuting and doing whatever.
Tell you what, I bet there's more people that play GTA backwards. Not backwards, but they try to stop at the lights, keep in line with the traffic and stuff. I bet there's more people that do that than there are that play simulation games properly.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and I've done it. I think everyone's attempted it at some point. It's just like, let's see how long I can do this before I get bored. And then it's when you get to the first red light and you're just like, forget it, I'm just going to shoot everyone.
Well, there was a rumour that GTA 4 was going to have like a speed thing on it, so like if you was speeding, the police would chase you.
Yeah.
Obviously that didn't happen, but I think that would be quite as long as it was an option you could turn on and off.
Yeah, I think I was going to say, as long as it was like an online game mode or something.
Yeah.
Don't make the whole game like that, because people will give up.
Yeah, nobody wants to fucking... That's not the point.
No, not at all.
Anyway, Shenmue. It's out at some point. We can relive all the glorious wonder.
But no one cares.
News. Sorry, what were you going to say, Dan?
No one cares. No. Battlefront.
There we are. Battlefront's out. Fallout's out. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Activision's Deadpool has returned to Steam, but not 360 or PS3. The action game based on the Marvel character returned to Steam following its delisting from all digital storefronts. Deadpool's return to Steam came with no official announcement or promotion from Activision. This, however, is not unprecedented, as Activision also launched a prototype upscaled bundle this week on Xbox One with very little fanfare. Deadpool was originally removed from digital stores at the end of 2013, alongside other Marvel games including X-Men The Official Game, X-Men Destiny, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and the Spider-Man titles Edge of Time, Shattered Dimensions, Friend or Foe, and Web of Shadows. Those games still remain unavailable, and I think they were all pulled because of an expired licensing agreement between the companies.
Right.
I don't know why Deadpool's returned, but I'm guessing it's because
the film.
It's because of the film.
It's the hype for the film. It has to be.
So I'm guessing they've kind of extended the license, but only for Deadpool.
Well, because they know that they can make money on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will probably buy it this time round.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, I've had it. I've completed it about 9 times, I'd say, and I'm glad that it didn't kind of just go, and here's this new map pack, and here's these new skins, and here's some DLC, and here's multiplayer. But every time I completed it, I wish I was like, I wish they'd do some DLC for this.
Well, they might do now. But then again, I imagine they'll make a new game.
No, they'll do a new one for sure before they even think about that. But they had the right concept with it. It just wasn't executed as well as hoped it was. But it's still so fun to play. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it is one of the ones where it's just like, why are you not doing DLC for this? And yet for other bullshit games that I don't want, you've got 16 different pieces of DLC that's going to cost me 44 quid just to get, and then all I get is a few perks or a bit of some extra customizable skins that I go for talk.
I do wish there was an X-Force skin, because I think that suits fucking ace, the black and grey one.
Yeah.
But no, I think there'll definitely be a new game.
Do you reckon it'll be a movie tie-in, like a licensed game, or do you reckon it'll be just something same High Moon Studios? They're just making another game.
I don't know. I think it'll be kind of on the same line as X-Men Origins Wolverine, where it is a movie tie-in game, but that actually started production before the film, so it had a couple of years instead of like fucking 6 months.
Which most of them do.
Yeah, that's why most fucking tie-in games are shit.
Yeah.
And that's down to they can't get the rights until much later on in production in case the film falls through. Shit like that.
Well, it's basically when the film's finished.
Yeah, essentially.
So, well, because they obviously need to see all the artwork, they need to see the styles, the voice designs, all that sort of stuff. So they're literally just dropped in at the deep end and just say, right, you've got 6 months, make it.
Yeah. Whereas X-Men Origins Wolverine didn't actually follow the story of the film or anything, and Hugh Jackman did like record the dialogue and stuff, but it was its own original thing, and it was basically Gears of War, so
yeah,
it worked, and it's probably, disregarding the fact that Arkham Asylum came out the same time as I can't remember what Batman film it came out, but it came out with a film. Obviously it's not a movie tie-in game, but it's still a licensed game, I guess.
Well, it's more licensed to comic books rather than licensed to the movie.
Yeah, so...
Whereas Green Lantern, the game, is the Green Lantern, the movie, video game.
It's equally as shit as each other.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if anything, that's one time where the sort of the hype and fun and intrigue of the film was almost perfectly encapsulated in the game as well, because they were both bullshit and you hated them both. So, if anything, if they just said they made no effort with the film, we're not going to make any effort with the game. Yeah. So just get Thor the game and we'll just reskin it. There you go.
It's just Shenmue reskinned with the Green Lantern.
It's same voice acting, yeah.
But then again, there's a lot of licensed games that are like Superman. I can't think of any good Superman games.
I've said it before and I will say it again. The only good incarnation of Superman in a game is the Lego games.
DC Universe?
Only time. Nope. You don't play as him.
You don't play as him, but you can if
no,
you want to.
No, he just flies in, beats the shit out of you, and then flies off again.
Yeah, but if you're creative enough, you can make him.
Well, I think the whole point is that you can make people like Batman, like Green Lantern, but you can't make them. Otherwise, you would have 80 people flying around as Superman.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, Deadpool's back.
Yeah, I do want to see more Deadpool. I've been reading a lot of Deadpool comics lately, so I want to see more Deadpool films. I want to see Deadpool in the Avengers. I want to see Deadpool in Guardians of the Galaxy. The next Batman film, or Deadpool in that. Multiple video games.
The next 50 Shades. The next Avengers, the new Deadpool.
The Walking Deadpool.
The Walking Deadpool. Oh,
there you go. God. That shit sells itself.
That's amazing. Even if it was
Michonne is just Deadpool.
Even if Rick's Deadpool, Carl's Deadpool.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's dead. They're all the same. It's just that they've had like a Deadpool mask just sort of like photoshopped onto them that just sort of bounces around on the screen when they're.
It's like Deadpool with like a sheriff's hat, Deadpool with dreadlocks, Deadpool with a fucking crossbow.
Like all the actors are still acting the same. They're still reading the same lines. Everyone's just got a Deadpool mask just splattered onto their face.
Alright, if anyone's listening, just make it.
The Walking Deadpool. There you go. We should probably trademark that as a series.
We should make that. No, fuck it. Take it back. We're going to make it. Fuck it. Anyway.
Okay, well there's your next challenge then. You can get certain clips from The Walking Dead. Say do the season 6 trailer, but everyone is Deadpool. And just have it as... But whenever there's a zombie, instead of the zombies going...
Chimichanga!
Yeah, boobies! All that sort of stuff. Just have them all doing... So it's kind of like the Left 4 Dead with like a Deadpool zombie mod. What?
Don't ruin it.
What?
We're doing a Left 4 Dead video.
What, Left 4 Dead's been out for about 12 years?
Yeah.
I don't think it's...
Nobody's done this except for us.
Oh, yeah, sorry, of course not.
I'm joking, carry on.
No, but like it would just be like... It would be like that, but all the zombies are all Deadpooled.
Deadpooled.
That's the official term.
Are we trademarking that as well?
Trademark, Danbait 2015.
Anyway, that's it for the news.
Okay.
The main story this week, X-Men Apocalypse is Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
We've seen there's a bootleg video of the Comic-Con trailer for X-Men Apocalypse. But also there is some actually officially released stills from the film, and would you Adam believe it, but Ivan Ooze is in it, Dan.
He is, apparently.
Own Ivan Ooze.
Power Rangers Go.
Mighty Morphin Bollocks.
Yeah. So basically, what we've seen so far, assuming that everything is above board and true and not bullshit like usually things are on the internet, we saw a film still.
This is from like Total Film. It's actually
if it's
proper publication.
Yeah. I know who they are, but it's still as to where they got the picture from. That's obviously
Snyder.
When
Bryan Singer, did
they get it from him?
Yeah, they interviewed him.
Okay, right. Well, if that's something that they've provided, then they can only expect people to judge what's come up and coming with the film off that. When Zack Snyder released the pictures of Batman, with the Batmobile and stuff, that is a good release.
Yeah,
because it gets people talking about it, gets people interested. It's murky, it's mysterious. You don't really know what's going on, but it wants you to sort of make up your own mind as to what you see in it. Whereas this one is a picture of Ivan Ooze with an attempt at Psylocke and a punk Storm, and I don't like it.
As I said earlier when we were talking about this, Psylocke and Storm, I can get on board with. This isn't the first time Storm's had a mohawk and stuff.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, comic book wise, yeah, it's a look that she's adopted before, but I don't think it's. I think it's a huge leap from the Storm that's been in the mainstream movies.
Yeah.
The weird sort of short spiky hair thing that she had in Last Stand, and I think she had it as well in Days of Future Past.
I believe so, in the short cameo she had.
Yeah. I personally, I'm not a fan. I still prefer the sort of the long, almost to a sort of arse white hair. Because when she gets all stormed up, trademark Dan Bates 2015. She sort of floats in the air, and she's got the sort of like the wings like connecting to her hands from her body, and the hair just goes fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And she just looks like a almost demon. I love that look, and it loses a little bit when it's just the short hair, because you can't really go crazy and wild and all over the place.
It's a bit staticky.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like what if they did that with Jean Grey when she turned into Phoenix and she had like a pixie cut. I just don't think it'd work.
It's compared to Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse, Storm and Psylocke look amazing.
Oh yeah, I can completely let them go.
Granted, they both look like cosplayers.
Well, no, the thing is though, Psylocke, that I like Psylocke. Yeah. That she's a really cool character. Psychic weapons, get me on board. Love all that. She is half English, half Japanese, Psylocke.
Yeah.
So, I can't remember if it's Japanese or Chinese. Either way, she's half Caucasian, half Oriental. And they've got the same costume for her, so I can't, they can't go wrong with that. And I think I saw a picture of an Apocalypse sort of movie poster that was on the front of Empire, I think.
Yeah.
And did have Psylocke with the proper psychic blade on her right hand. Yeah. So they're still going for that. I can get past the Psylocke thing. Apocalypse, though, no.
Is Apocalypse in it?
Apparently.
I thought it was Ivan Ooze.
I can understand how you make the mistake, considering he's just a purple thing guy.
Oh, god damn it!
You know why? Apocalypse is like the oldest and most perfect of every mutant, because he can change every molecule in his body, and he's got like every single power because he's just like the best and coolest mutant ever. Remember when he turned himself into Ivan Ooze?
When he sat there and he watched the Power Rangers movie, and he went, "That's a guy I can get on board with."
Do you know what though? The weird thing is, right, because I saw that set photo and I clicked on it and I was just like, that can't be right. And then in the comments, someone had put up a picture of Ivan Ooze from the Power Ranger. I think it was the exact same picture that you sent to me. And I actually watched the Power Rangers movie a couple of months ago because fuck it, why not?
Because Power Rangers is amazing, Dan.
Well,
I still love that film, even though when I was younger, I thought it was shit. I knew it was shit.
It's the corniest, most awful film ever.
It's cool as fuck.
Of course it is. But I remember it just being like one of the first videos I actually bought.
Oh god.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. No.
I'm getting a DVD player next year.
Yeah. But Apocalypse is supposed to be, for my mind, he's supposed to be about 8 foot tall, he's supposed to weigh about half a ton, and he's in like a robot mech suit.
The thing is though, of all the characters, fair enough, right, Bryan Singer said from the start he didn't want to have the X-Men in like the blue and yellow suits and stuff. We want to make it
I
a bit
still
more grounded.
I don't know why.
Fuck it, argument's sake, it was the right call. Fuck it.
Okay,
It's
right.
not, obviously. But
Yeah, no. Assuming it said, right, I've got creative license with this. I'm going to take it in a bit of a different direction. I don't think they'd have the yellow and blue outfits, which they've had for 40 years. But I don't think that they'd have them. So we're going to go with black leather instead, and just put a bit of yellow on them. Okay, and people just go, "That's wrong," but
we get what you're doing.
Wolverine looks all right. Yeah.
Apocalypse is. There's nothing to stop him from having him looking exactly as he does in the comics, because it is one of the most simplest costume designs ever. And if they can do Colossus, they can do Apocalypse.
They can do Colossus, and they can do Colossus well.
Yeah. So I don't see why they've gone for this really elaborate. That basically looks like Ivan Ooze and fucking Roman from Guardians have had a baby.
It does look a lot like Ronin.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said to you before, it's Venom all over again.
Yeah, it really is.
You know what Venom looks like. You know what he looks like.
Even if whatever godforsaken dimension Trophy Grace was the right choice for Eddie Brock, there was no reason they had to fuck up actual Venom.
No, Venom isn't just Spider-Man in a black suit.
No.
And that's what they made him.
He's a big hulking beast.
He's enormous.
Oh god, no, don't even get me started on fucking Venom.
I know, but that's the thing though, I don't know if it's cheaper for them to do it like this, but why is he purple? Is he purple in some incarnations? I only know him as grey.
Grey and blue.
Yeah.
I really can't get my head around it.
I can only assume that the picture we've seen is not Apocalypse. It's not him. No, it's not him in his normal incarnation. If he's, like I say, he's the perfect mutant. He can control every part of himself. If he can shapeshift, which I'm almost positive he can, then maybe this is a different form, or it's him before he got his powers, but somehow in the future, or whatever. But I'm hoping
it looks like he's enlisted Storm.
But he hasn't got a massive fucking A on his belt.
He hasn't got anything. He is a big, massive A. Hole. But
very well done.
Trademark Calpovi 2050. I really can't see how they can. I mean, granted, this is purely aesthetics. It could be the best fucking superhero film ever. I'll never get over how shit he looks.
Yeah, no, I agree. I honestly want to just see where he marches in. They said we've had him in 6 hours of makeup, we've done it, and then he walks into the room. And they all went, brilliant, perfect. And then there's just one guy with a comic book just holding it up, just going, what?
Oh, wrong film.
What? it just shows it round. It's just like, sorry guys, have you all been looking at the same thing? Oh shit, we were watching the Power Rangers. Oh, we got fucking drunk the other night. Oh man. Right, send him back.
We're filming in like 10 minutes. Oh, fuck's sake. He's not even blue.
I honestly hope that they've just done this just to fuck with people.
No.
And because they're going to release another one which is panned out even more, and then Apocalypse is like right behind.
Yeah, this is like Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, he's just about to get stomped on. Yeah.
Yeah, but we said this about the Sentinel.
Don't. I don't know why they can't do sizing properly. Why can they not do it?
But they can.
Sentinels are huge skyscraper-sized robots that fly around and kill mutants. They're not 10 foot tall and hover. I mean, fair enough if you want to say, oh, it's in the 60s, so the technology wouldn't be... Fair enough. Why in the future are they still basically the destroyer from Thor?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. Make them properly.
Thing is, everything's perfectly doable. They have the money.
They put the head into fucking The Last Stand, and that was a proper Sentinel head, roughly to scale.
It's good as.
So if they can do it in that, I mean... That was an absolute lie when I saw that in the trailer anyway. Because as soon as Wolverine comes flying down on that fucking head, I was just like, oh my god, the Sentinel's in this. And then you never see a Sentinel, and it was all a simulation anyway, so fuck you.
But how have they got a simulation?
It's the Danger Room.
Yeah, but if there's nothing in the movie universe, Sentinels aren't even mentioned until Days of Future Past. So in order for Sentinels to exist for them to have a danger room, and Last Stand isn't canon because Days of Future Past wipes it. How is the Sentinel? How have they got the? They know about Sentinels.
Maybe they made them up.
In case somebody makes a robot that can take us out.
Well, maybe that's what they did. Maybe they designed the Sentinels just to say, right, what's the worst thing that they could come up with? Right, giant mutant-killing robots. Brilliant. Okay, we'll design them, we'll make them, we'll put them in the danger room, and when we can beat them, we know that if they ever... Oh my god, they've stole the plans. Oh my god, they're going to make them. Maybe that's how it came around.
Quick,
you don't
ruin
know.
the film so it never happens.
But no, I don't get it. I mean, they have characters that they nail, like Deadpool. Even Psylocke... although I don't get quite a look right, she's still got the same costume. And in most superhero films, the incarnation of the costume. I mean, Thor's got the stupidest costume, but in the films, it looks basically the same, and it works. It just works.
Fucking
but they well, as long as he's in black with a cape, you're pretty much all right.
Adam West.
But Aquaman, they've said that suit's ridiculous. We can't do that,
it's not
and that was a good choice. I'm still not sold on Aquaman just yet, but the fact that they've got this Batman, this Superman, this Wonder Woman, throwing, just the old sort of 70s Aquaman in his green spandex wouldn't have worked. So that's a good decision, but to change Apocalypse for no reason, I mean, even at the end of Days of Future Past, he was grey. So why is he now purple?
Oh no, he's a kid, wasn't he?
But he was grey.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
So you'd assume, well, he was a kid, that's the ancient Egyptians, that's roughly when he would have been born. He's an immortal super being. So he wouldn't have been able to sort of get bigger and then grow and then get frail and die. So he would have just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So why was he a grey kid and now he's a Mr. fucking Ooze, Ivan Ooze ripoff?
I don't know why they didn't just mocap a guy, CGI the shit out of him, like they did with Colossus.
But no, I mean, I've got a better one for you. The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing.
The Thing in the new Fantastic Four films looks great. Looks genuinely good.
The Thing in the old Fantastic Four films looked better than this shit.
It did, and that was just a rubber suit.
Yeah. To be fair,
but it still worked.
I still don't like the voice of the Thing in the new one.
Well,
the one thing they got right,
one thing, isn't it?
With the old Fantastic Four films was his voice.
Yeah, what's his name? Michael Chiklis?
Yeah, the dude from The Shield.
Yeah, that was it. I can't remember his name, but it's
cool
something
voice
Chiklis, I think.
Thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy, you see this big, massive fucking, basically brick guy, he's like, hey Reed!
Hang on.
What the fuck?
Well, they're all younger, I suppose. So
it's
just got a sort of a teeny voice. I don't know, whatever. But the voice doesn't really matter as long as he looks right for me.
His face voice doesn't match his voice.
Well, but that's the thing, though. But that's poor casting, then, if that's the case. Or just have the one guy for the voice acting and the real acting, and then when he changes into the Thing, just do the old classic. Just get James Earl Jones in, get him doing the voice. Problem solved.
Well, they did it with the Avengers. You had I forgot his name. Mark Ruffalo as Banner, but when he's the Hulk, it's Lou Ferrigno voicing him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. For those 2 lines that he has.
Lou Ferrigno he's been in every single Hulk film.
What was he in the Incredible Hulk and the Hulk, or Hulk?
Yeah, he was the security guard.
Oh shit, of course he was, yeah. He was with Edward Norton, yeah, he gives him the pizza. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno.
Full of fucking trivia.
Stupid trivia, yeah, but you'd be still no good at a fucking pub quiz team, yeah. Anyway, Fantastic Four looks good. Apocalypse looks bad.
To be fair, the trailer...
well, we haven't seen a trailer for it. We've seen one picture and it doesn't look great. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything about the final film at all. So we're not happy with the look, but does it mean it's going to be a bad film? Of course it
could be better than Batman vs Superman.
It could be better than a lot of things. It could be the worst thing that's ever been made. Probably. At this point, we just don't bloody know.
And we won't know until 27th of May 2016.
Yeah.
So quite a bit away.
Yes.
But that's it, Dan.
Well, good. I think we'll leave it there.
Apocalypse out.
I am.
Instead of ending how I normally do with a question or some other stupid thing. I have an even stupider thing.
Oh.
This week I have a riddle.
A riddle?
A riddle.
Okay.
You're good at riddles.
Edward Digger in the house!
N to the I to the G. Anyway. You ready for this amazing riddle?
Yeah, go for it.
Right. 30 cows in a field. 28
30
chickens.
cows.
How many?
28 chickens. Wait, 30 cows in a field. Yeah. 28 chickens. Yeah.
How many didn't?
How many didn't what?
That's just the riddle. How many didn't?
We can't have half a sentence.
That's just it. 30 cows in a field.
Right, hold on. 30. Let me get my abacus. 1 second. Right, 30 cows in a field.
Yeah. 28
chickens. Yeah. Oh, right, so there's 28 chicken cows. So 28 leaves, 2 left.
No.
Well, that makes sense.
No, don't.
There's 28 of them are chickens, so they all left the field. 2 left. How many did? Wait, how many didn't? How many didn't chicken out? 2.
No, none chicken. Nobody chickened out.
Well, you said there's 28 chickens.
28 chickens.
Yeah.
How many didn't?
28 chickens. Yeah, 30 cows, 28 chickens. So out of those cows, 28 of them are chickens. They chickened out. How many's left? How many didn't chicken out? 2.
No.
Riddle solved.
It's not solved.
Thanks very much. See you next week.
The answer's 10.
What?
10.
20.
Watson.
28 chickens.
28 chickens.
Cows don't eat chickens, though.
It's not a fucking logical riddle.
Fuck's sake.
Alright. 30 cows 30 lions in a field.
28 chickens.
Yeah.
How many didn't? 2. Yeah, that would make way
10.
more sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
If you'd like to hear more riddles, you can head over to the website. There isn't any riddles, really.
No.
But where is this mystical website?
You can go to www.podcastvsplayer.co.uk or .com.
There you are.
You can send us an email. I got there first. I'm doing it this time. Right, you can send us an email to playervpodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet us at podcastvsplayer.
No.
Shit. No, I always get that one wrong. It's at podcastvplayer. And you can also text Callum on 078. I don't know what your phone number is.
I don't know what my number is. So
no.
Well, it'll be in the description if you want to text.
Right.
But that's it. That's all we've got time for.
All right.
What is coming up on the channel, Dan?
I don't know.
We are doing a Mortal Kombat video, which we've started.
Oh yeah.
That'll be up as soon as we've finished.
There's a new indie game called Bleeding Blocks. That we've also done as well.
Yeah, that'll be up some point this week.
Yep.
If you haven't watched it already, and for whatever reason you don't know about it, Batman vs.
What do you mean the hypest? Oh,
no, Bleeding Blocks.
No, I was going to say the hypest game ever. It's like Flood Fighters, but never mind.
Batman vs Superman trailer was released last week, and we did a shit just in / trailer breakdown on that. So that's up.
Yeah.
That's on the website, on the YouTube channel, which you forgot, Dan.
It's YouTube. Sorry. Yeah, youtube.com/podcastvsplayer.
There you go. And we also will be doing a Left 4 Dead video, Left 4 Dead 2 video. Finally, we're gonna be the people to start this new trend.
What's this Left 4 Dead I keep hearing
I know,
about?
but nobody knows about it.
No,
just us to be the pioneers.
Always.
And on that note, we're gonna go and play Shenmue. Bye.